So the first thing I need to show you is actually on the computer, and I need to sit down so that actually, maybe I can do it. We'll see. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is we need to work on our vocabulary. That was a consensus from the high school teachers, the 7th and 8th grade ELA teachers. So we are going to dedicate a little bit more time. So instead of doing a quizzes, we're going to do a vocab.com assignment, okay? Super easy, kind of competitive, which I like. So on Google Classroom, there's going to be a link, and it's going to have you sign up. Please make sure that when you sign up, you go to New Holstein Middle School. You have to scroll down for it, okay? Not New Holstein High School, and you'll understand why in a second, okay? Everybody good? Okay, so what it does is basically it gives you a list. So if you click on the 3 bars up here, and you go to assignments and activities right here, you can't really see it right now, but it's there. That'll take you to your assignment, okay? Everybody see that? So, again, click on the 3 bars up here, and then you click on assignments and activities. That's how you're going to find your list. This very first list is basically, no, I want to look at it. There we go. I think that some of the words are actually pretty easy on here. I mean, let's take a look. Well, show me the list.
It's on.
Be nice.
Yeah, work be nice.
Maybe it's on student view.
No, student view is over there.
Oh my god.
Show me list. Oh, that kind of does it. So this is what it looks like. So basically it pops up a question and you have 4 different options, okay? So then you keep going through it and you answer questions. So the first one says a sleuth means to turn aside from the main subject of attention, watch, observe, or inquire secretly, leave one's country of residence for a new one, or run away secretly with one's beloved.
That
Anybody know which one it is?
No.
What's an internet sleuth?
I don't know.
Yeah?
Oh, watcher and observe.
Yeah, watch, observe, or inquire secretly. Ta-da! So you get points for every single one that you answer right, and it gives a little bit of an explanation on the side, okay? Etymology. So who of the following would most likely be concerned with etymology? Etymology is words, their meanings, and the different parts of them. So astronomers, not so much. Biologists, you know. Mathematicians, a linguist is a person who works with words. So it's not, oh no, it's still recording, we're all good. Hi. Okay, so it's not just going to give you straightforward questions all the time. It is going to ask you different things associated with that word. You guys understand that? Okay. Let me see if I can get this. My list. No, those are old ones. Winter Olympics. Too bad we don't have the Olympics this year. Actually, maybe
Why?
we do.
Why don't we have the Olympics this year?
Olympics is only every 2 years.
4 years.
I don't remember if we had it last year.
That's the summer.
No, it's 2 years because the Winter Olympics is every 4 years, and then like it rotates. And
Yeah.
Summer Olympics is every
4.
right.
Yeah.
So they're not on the same year, so it goes every 2 years. 6th grade. Okay, here we go. So here are the words. So this is what your page will look like, and then here it says practice spelling bee vocab jam. We're not doing that. But if you keep going down, it gives you the words and their definition. Okay? So antagonist, protagonist, epilogue, legacy. Some of these words are so easy, like time and environment. The only thing that's different is that their definitions are kind of interesting. They're different. They're more scholarly. Okay? So time, the continuum of experience in which events pass to the past. Okay? That's what time is. Environment, the totality of surrounding conditions, everything that's around you, basically. You know what an interview is, right?
Yeah.
You know, plot. They put the wrong definition for plot on here. I don't think I can change it though. Okay? So, that's going to be the only difference, is that you're going to be like, what? You're talking like a story plot. And I I know, but this plot on here is like the plot that you plant for hunting, right? Like a plot of corn or something like that. It's a piece of land that you put stuff on. Okay, etymology, alibi. Do you guys know what an alibi is?
It's
They ask criminals if they have an alibi,
It's a
basically,
different-
like.
it's a different identity.
Huh?
It's a different identity.
No.
No.
An alibi is basically like,
A
if
reason.
a murder happened at 7 o'clock at night, somebody would ask me, do you have an alibi? Were
Oh,
you
it's-
with other people
yeah,
doing
it's-
something at 7 o'clock last night? Otherwise, you might be the murderer.
Oh my gosh, Miley, how would you do
A
it?
lot of these, deductive reasoning, evidence, inductive reasoning, not deductive and inductive, inference, investigator, you know what an investigator is, mystery, problem solving, red herring. I heard some of you learn that. Can you explain it?
It's basically a fake clue.
Oh, I like that. Okay, here's sleuth, here's suspect, victim, witness, idiom, which we may have talked about. A phrase, fly in the face of, which means basically you go against. So if you fly in the face of me, it's like you're going against me at every turn.
Oh dear.
Fly off the handle means you get really angry. Flying colors, what? Oh, like you pass something with flying colors, right? It means complete success. Imagery, meter, metaphor, simile, alliteration, onomatopoeia, memoir, personification, realism. Those are your words. So, yes.
Realism, is that like just real?
Yes. The attribute of accepting the facts of life. So like basically like this is just the way it is. Realism.
Okay.
I learned about that word in speechless.
Okay, so that's our vocab. It is not due on Friday. I need to change that. Because some of these words can be really, really challenging. So I am giving you like 2 weeks, okay? Now, the other part of this, hi, I don't like this. There we go. Okay. The other part of this is if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, it has these things down here that says for everyone, for educators, help, and leaderboards. The leaderboards is what I was talking about earlier. Okay. So, for leaderboards, it says vocabulary bowl, bowl leaders, today's leaders, weekly leaders, and monthly leaders. The bottom 3 are the ones that you're going to be more like keeping up with. So we're going to click on today's leaders. If you are signed in as New Holstein Middle School, not high school, it takes how many kids we have enrolled in our school and puts us against other schools in Wisconsin that have about the same amount, okay? So basically, if we go down here, it says Wisconsin schools, okay? Toma Middle School has 125 words mastered today. Only today, okay? Marathon High School has 70, Hayward has 51, we have 0 so far. Totally understandable because we just started this. So you might start answering questions today, but you're not proving that you've mastered them, and that's really okay. So tomorrow when you start answering more of them, it might prove that you've mastered them, okay? Here's my suggestion to you. Are you ready? Have 2 tabs open. Have one tab open with the questions and another tab open with the list with the definitions.
Isn't that cheating? Yeah, that's cheating.
Hold on. Is this a quiz?
No.
No, it's not. You are learning. I'm not gonna have you, Dallas, guessing random wrong answers all the time. When if you look at the definition and you look at the word, you're learning it. It's not cheating. If it was an assignment, yes, it would be cheating. Yes, this is a long-term assignment, but the long-term goal is that you learn it, okay? Yes, Connor.
So,
It's not due Friday. I need to change the board.
I know, but the homework, like, is it like answering every single question?
So basically, you're going to want to show me that you can master as many words as possible, okay? That's all it's going to do. So what it's going to do for me is it's going to, I'll show you first hour. So first hour went into it today. I'm not signed into my other one, which I need to sign into. But it'll show me, okay? So they answered 352 questions and have answered 221 of them right. Okay, kind of cool. But then it shows me the words that they've struggled on: lore, protagonist, and realism. All right, and then it tells me individually how many points you guys have. Again, I'm not signed into the full version right now, so I need to do that. But if I click on a specific student, eventually, if I can, I don't think I can get into it right now because again, I'm not signed into it. I can look at the questions or how many words you have mastered, basically. Okay? Yes?
So we don't have to check in with you anytime that we want to.
You do not have to check in with me at all. I will have access to looking at all of your scores. Yes?
Do we have to use the list of?
No, if you don't want to use the list, don't use the list. But I'm telling you that I would rather you use the list and learn them, and then eventually you won't have to use the list at all. It's kind of the point of it. Yeah?
So like the thing that we had to get all 100%.
Quizzes?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do we
I'm
get to
not-
retake it, like,
No. I'm not telling you guys how far you have to get on this. We're gonna take 2 weeks. I should be able to see that you put in some work. Some of you didn't do the quizzes more than once last week.
I did. I don't.
I know, but if you got 100 the first time, that's fine. But some of you went through it once and just left it with that score and didn't retake it. Okay? I can see how many questions you have individually answered. If I see that you only answered 36 questions, I'm going to ask questions. Basically, I'm going to be like, hey, I can obviously tell you only went on this one time in the past 2 weeks. Okay? There's 36 words. You should answer more than 36 questions because that would mean 1 question per word. Okay, we got to move on to what we're actually doing today. All right, are we good? Everybody understands this a little bit?
I thought that was what we were doing.
No. Can we move on?
Yeah.
Hayden, paying attention? Okay, today we need to talk about leads, okay? And don't be disrespectful, please. Okay, so today's really easy. And then I'm going to show you 3 different ways to do leads. And I actually love the leads that they give us as examples, okay? And then you're going to try one on your paper. You should have chosen one paper, one of your personal narratives that you love and that you want to take from blah to awesome, okay? So you're going to look at that lead and be like, oh man, okay, which one do I want to turn it into? So here are my examples today. The first one is a talking lead. So it says, yes, I heard people whispering. I knew that it was going to be the most fun place I was going to go during the school year. I was too excited to do anything but sit there and listen more. What does this lead do for us? What do they do really well in it? Yeah?
It makes you want to read more to figure out where they're going.
Absolutely. This lead makes you want to figure out what in the world they're talking about or she's talking about. What is this so exciting field trip that they are possibly going on? Okay? Now, that's the talking lead. So basically it's just like there's a little bit of dialogue and then we dive in and we give some details. The best leads don't give all the big details away. Do you guys understand that? Okay, so somebody in the previous hour was talking about how they got hit in the face with a tennis racket. Okay? And in their lead, they went straight to that moment of getting hit in the face and they said, and then she hit me in the face with a tennis racket. But I said, I was like, what? Take out the tennis racket. Just say, and then there was immense pain and blood all over the place. Right? Like, take out so that way there's some sort of element of surprise. All right? Okay, so that's the first lead. The second lead is the action lead, which is more like the tennis racket one. So you have to pretend like we never read that top one because we still don't understand what's going on in this. So I felt as if there was an earthquake. I turned to see a pack of cows heading my way. Run! I heard someone start to yell out, and without hesitation, I ran for my life. Okay, what is this lead doing for us?
I'm telling you about cows.
Well, it's obviously talking about cows, but what makes it such a good lead? Miley?
You don't know what's happening.
You don't know what's happening.
She's running away.
She's running away from something, and we don't. How did you get yourself in a situation where you're running away from cows? Is my first question. Okay, we know beforehand that she's obviously on some sort of field trip because of this one. So I'm like, what? How are you getting chased by a pack of cows on a field trip?
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, so this is the action lead where it takes you right to the height of the action but does not tell you exactly what's going on. Okay? And that is where a lot of you are probably going to go with your leads today. The next one is a flashback or a flash forward lead, which we read one of those the other day. So it says, I felt a sweat, which is not right, but whatever. I felt a sweat of fear rolling down my forehead. I felt as if an earthquake was coming, and someone gave me a sign, a boost to start running for my life. It depended on it. What is this one doing? Well, we know it's a flash forward, right, or a flashback, or whatever technically. Okay? Yeah?
It's telling her like she's trying to save herself.
Yep. Absolutely. Whereas this one up on top, somebody told her to run, right? Actually, they didn't tell her to run. She's just, well, this one they told her to run. This one, she's just kind of like, oh, it's just whispering, okay? We're in present. In the beginning of the story, she's so excited, okay? Whereas this one takes you to that moment again, okay? This one's technically an action and a flashback or a flash forward lead, all right? So what you are going to do today is you are going to take your story and you're going to try one of these leads on it, okay? So first of all, I'm going to give you this piece of paper that has hints for memorable leads. And you're going to tape or glue this into your notebook on the next open page, okay? Then underneath it, you're going to try writing a new lead, okay? All I'm asking you is to try one new lead, okay? Whether you do action or flash forward or flashback or a talking lead. Everybody understand? Yeah?
Does it have to be a brand new lead, or could you do it like off the story?
No, you're doing it off of the story that you want to take from blah to amazing. So you're taking that one story that you want to make better, and you're trying to rewrite the lead today. Yes?
I forgot which one I was trying to make.
Then you're just going to have to figure that out. Moving on, okay? Techniques for writing memorable leads. Writers might include the smallest details of the moment, the ones that ring true for the narrator. We've read a couple like that. Narrators might include inner thinking to hint at what the story is really about. Which one had that? Oh, come on. We read a story that had inner thinking.
Wait, was this on Friday?
Was it on? No.
Oh, never mind then.
What one was it? No. You guys,
The
it was
fish out
a
of water
mentor
thing.
text. The one about the cat.
Oh.
Remember the kitten that he finds? And he has inner dialogue in the beginning that's in italics.
I knew the answer, but it
Okay,
was just really
moving
sad
on.
I didn't wanna say it.
Writers might include the precise actions of the characters, helping readers to see how one action leads to another. So precise actions are always good. And writers might include the exact words the characters are speaking in dialogue. So you might just start with a dialogue opening, okay? I don't need to see your leads today, but if you want to show them to me to see if you're on the right track, absolutely, okay? If you think that your first lead is like, amazing, show it to me and we'll kind of talk about it and see if we can like change it in the tiniest of way. But I did have somebody last hour who I said, yes, I do not want you to change your lead at all. Yes, Connor.
So our lead, if we don't think it's good, do we erase our other
Nope, you would just leave it in there for right now, and you're gonna write your new one underneath this on the next open page. Eventually, we will go back, and if you want to cross out your old lead, you absolutely can. Go ahead. You can cross it out, but eventually we'll go back, and I'll have you like type your new lead, type the rest of your story, because we're gonna be making a whole bunch of changes.
Do we do that in our
Notebook.
notebook?
The next open page. The next open page. I think I've said it 3 times now. Are we good? Does everybody know what they're doing? If you do not, please ask questions. I almost said answer questions, but ask questions, and after you are done creating your new lead, which you might just be experimenting, you might go back to your old lead, that's fine. then I want you to try to go on vocab.com, which I put the link on Google Classroom. All right? All right, I'm going to pass these out so that way you guys can glue them in and you should get started.
Happy Monday.